Hi, welcome to Sumer P. Today I'm going to share an overnight spelt oat bread, no knead, light, tender crumb and a thin crust. So let's get mixing. In my large bowl here, I'm going to add my water. I've got 350 grams at room temperature. Into the water, I'm adding my active starter, 100 grams, that little stir. Then I have 300 grams of white spelt flour, 150 grams of whole grain spelt. You can do any combination you like. I've got 120 grams of rolled oats, 1 teaspoon of salt. And if you wanted to add a little bit of sweetener, add a tablespoon of honey, maple syrup, date syrup, any kind of sweetener. I'm not adding sweetener today. I want to have it sugar-free. So my loaf might come out a little bit paler. Just going to knead that for 5 minutes. Start it on low, and then after a minute or two, when it looks a little bit combined, you can increase the speed. You can do this by hand. If you've got strong muscles and you've got the energy, do it by hand. So in the bowl here, I've put some olive oil. You can pop some butter in there, or you can just put any kind of oil. This is just to grease it slightly. This is just my little tip, and I pop it into this separate bowl. Now you can use your eye to tell when it's ready. It generally comes away from the bowl. So then when you have like a clean bowl on the sides, it's done. Mine's nice and smooth. Actually, I'll just double check that those oats are all mixed through. Flip that over, pop some plastic on it. So the next step now, we've got 2 ways you can do it. You can place it in the fridge straight away and rest it to get a cold ferment for 10 hours. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to help it along a little bit today. I'm going to rest it on my bench for 2 hours, just so it rises a little bit nicely, and then I'll place it in my fridge for up to 10 hours. I wouldn't recommend popping or placing the spelt dough at room temperature for the total 10 hours. It will just over ferment. Spelt flour rises a little bit more rapidly than wheat flour, and it's not structurally as sound as a wheat flour, so it's better to do a cold ferment. That's just my tip and my way of doing it. So the dough's rested in the fridge overnight. Just sprinkle some flour on the bench. I'm going to take it out. It's very cold and a little bit stiff. Just gently press it down. I'm going to form it into my loaf now. Okay, so now I'm going to place this into my greased and lined with paper loaf tin. And we need to let this rest at room temperature for about 2 to 3 hours. I want that to spread in the tin and rise slightly. So I'm going to cover it with a plastic bag. And make sure it's in a warm spot where there's no windows or drafts. And we'll just let that rest. So I preheated my oven 15 minutes ago, and I ended up waiting 4 hours till this rose nicely. Sometimes, depending on how warm your kitchen is, a little bit cold here today. We start off at about 4 degrees this morning. So now I'm going to just prepare the top before I bake it. So I'm just going to score it with a knife, which means I'm going to cut 3 deep cuts into the bread. That just helps it when it rises. I'm going to spray it with some water. And I just want to throw on some oats on the top, just for decoration. Now I'm going to bake this for 45 to 50 minutes in my oven that's been preheating at 200 degrees C with a fan. And I'm going to just pop a little ramekin of water right at the base. So I'm just slicing a bit to taste with you. And now here is how I usually store it. Store it in the freezer for a couple of weeks, and I slice it individually. You have to forgive me on my slicing. I've got a funny hand at the moment. I fell on my hand back in January and it's still not perfect, so I still struggle to cut. But the bread's turned out lovely. It's got a really thin crust, which I love. It's a little bit paler than some of my test bakes because I didn't add any sugar, no syrup, no honey or anything. So if you wanted a more golden or more brown loaf, ensure you add the syrup or the sweetener. I'm just going to lightly toast that today. That's how it looks. I've done a really thin, really wonky cut. I'm just going to add some butter to it. Tender crumb, light crust. It's got that lovely sourdough spring. I think I'm going to do another test bake of this with the double tin and see how that turns out. Let me know in the comments below if you've given this recipe a go, or if you've got any other sourdough bread recipes that you'd like me to try. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hej då from Sweden. Yum, yum, yum.